So what I think the best way to do this is we're gonna go from ruby all the way to diamond. Now, if you are not ruby yet, I want you to hop off when we're done ruby. If you feel overwhelmed, not because I don't think you guys can't understand it. I just like you really want to be so laser focused on your next promotion, because naturally as you just go to the next one, it's getting you to diamond naturally. But what I'm trying to say is you don't want to be like placing for diamond when you haven't hit ruby yet. Okay. So let's go over just a few basics. Now, can you guys put in the chat what rank you're going for? The next month, this month, next month, whatever you're going for. I'm just gonna kind of see what we're working with here. Ruby, ruby, diamond, double, diamond, nice. Ruby, ruby, executive, nice. Double, perfect. Okay, we got lots on here. So let's break down a couple things, okay? So I'm gonna share my notes screen with you guys. I'm gonna type this as I say it, so you guys can take a screenshot of this, write it down, whatever you need to do, okay? So there's a couple terms. You guys can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Okay. I'm like, come on, somebody give me a high five. Okay, so this is my note screen. So a couple things I want you guys to know, okay? So what it means to be commission qualified, okay? So if you've just started, you are automatically commission qualified your first month, okay? You automatically are commission qualified your first month. After that, there's 2 ways to become commission qualified. The first way is to run an 80 BV auto ship, okay? You guys can just take screenshots as we go, write this down or whatever. So all that means is $80 around in product for yourself, okay? So how you're gonna do that is you're just gonna go into eSuite. At the very top, you're gonna see a button that says auto ships. And each of our products, you're gonna see it has a BV, okay? So no matter what country you're in, no matter what, anything you're in, all of our products BV is going to be the same across the board, okay? Because prices are going to differ by country. BV will remain the same. So all an 80 BV auto ship is 80 BV worth of products for yourself. You have to set that up as an auto ship, and it has to run by the 25th of the month, okay? So you would go into eSuite, click auto ships, create new auto ship. You can choose which day, and then just make sure that your products total 80 BV. Okay, this is going to automatically commission qualify you. So as long as this runs by the 25th, so it has to be in by the 24th, by the 25th, it's there, you are automatically commission qualified. Now, benefits of doing this, obviously, you're using the products. So like use the products. Like you guys are selling these products. Like you should be using them. Even if you're not running an auto shipment, you guys, you will find such value in choosing one product and being consistent with it. So there's times where I've gone through and I've like used hair, skin, nails like crazy. So I have my own hair, skin, nails results pictures. I have my own keto coffee weight loss pictures. I have my own wrap results. And I can share these with people, and it shows that you're excited about the product. And you guys obviously get that, right? So obviously if you can run an auto ship, it makes sense. I mean, if you're using the products or you're looking to make money on the products, you want to be using them. Another thing you can do is sell the products in your auto ship. So if you don't want to use them and you want to make your money back, get some wraps, get some coffee, sell them, okay? So second way to become commission qualified is to have 150 BV, okay? So BV stands for business volume. And you guys, all this means, I'm just gonna turn off my Facebook because this will not stop making that noise. So all BV means is business volume. Again, so it's attached to each product, and this has to be in by last day of the month. So this 150, if you're not doing an auto shipment, that can come from a couple different things, okay? That can come from, I don't know why it's giving me a 3. Okay, that can come from your personal orders. So if you sign up and you just want to like order hair, skin, nails one time, that's 30 BV. That's going to go towards that 150. It's going to go to your customers that you directly keep under you. And that'll just come from anything like your auto. If you ran like a 30 BV auto ship, which you wouldn't really do anyway. So it's either going to come from personal orders or customers that you keep underneath you. And again, those customers are still getting BV from the products that they order. So for example, let's say you started last month, okay? And on the 15th of the month, you enrolled your first customer and it was a bag of keto coffee, let's say. That has 30 BV attached to it. You're gonna get that BV 3 months in a row at a minimum, right? Because our loyal customers are ordering once a month for 3 months to get that 40% discount for life. So what it would look like is on the 15th of last month, if somebody ordered keto coffee, you're gonna see 30 BV. Now on the 15th of the next month, providing that they didn't change their order, 30 BV, and again, 30 BV. So the idea is that with all of these things accumulated, by the end of the month, you have to have 150. Does everybody follow so far? And if you don't, that's okay. But can everybody just be like, yes, this makes sense? I just want to make sure we're following, okay? So those are the 2 ways to be commission qualified, okay? Now, I'll tell you guys honestly, for me, I couldn't afford to run my auto ship when I started my business. So when people used to talk to me, they'd be like, you're in one of those things. You have to spend money to make money. I'm telling you right now, you don't. I did not do it until I could take it from the profit of my business, but there are many benefits to doing an auto ship. And truly, if you're looking at this as a business and you want to make business money, like you have to pay yourself back first. So even if it's not right away, invest in an auto shipment. Okay, no drawing on the screen. I don't know how to stop that. There we go. Okay, so we have commission qualification. Okay, so we're already commission qualified. We already know when you come in as a distributor, your first 4 loyal customers are going to get you $100 in free product. Okay, so if you're brand new, that should be your first goal. That's going to help you get commission qualified. Now, after this happens, your goal is to start moving through the ranks. Okay, now a couple things that we're going to go over. We're gonna just draw it out. Okay, I'm gonna draw it out for you guys here. So when you enroll, you are always the top of your organization. Okay, you are always the top. Now, everybody is somewhere on somebody's chart. I want you guys to know that. I'm on somebody's chart. You have been placed on somebody's chart. It has nothing to do with your business. You are always the top of your organization. Unlike any other business model or structure, you can make more money than the person that is enrolled before you. So for example, if you work in an organization, you're going to have the CEO, say it's like Nike, you're going to have the CEO, you're going to have the, national managers and the district or whatever it is, right? Like you're never going to make, like the employee's never going to make more money than the manager. The manager's never going to make more money than the CEO. It doesn't matter where you're placed, who you're placed under, who your upline is, who your downline is, you are the top of your organization. That's how you have to look at it. So when you come in, your first goal is to get your 4 loyal customers in your first 30 days, okay? If you're brand new on here, honestly, the best way I would go about this is host to post. So if you haven't learned that yet, start learning host to post. You guys, it works. It's an ever-going process. Host to post will never run out. So even if you have a small network right now, you can grow that through host to post and get these 4 customers this way. Okay, so now we're going to break down Ruby. So when I started, I had no idea what charting was. I didn't know anything. All I knew was if I could figure out Ruby, I would earn $500 a month, and I was like, that's gonna be perfect for me. So we're gonna go over a few different terms that you need to know on a Ruby chart, and then we're gonna break it down what it is, okay? So LC is loyal customer. I should be writing this probably. Okay, so LC is loyal customer. DT is distributor. Okay, so PCV is personal customer volume, or sometimes you're going to see it as PV or BV, business volume, but essentially that means just volume underneath you directly. So again, that's your customers, your auto ships, any one-time orders that are kept directly under you. The other thing is going to be GV that you see. This means group volume, okay? Group volume is what we get paid on, and it's anything in our organization. So for example, if you were the top of your organization and you had 4 distributors, all the volume, all the customers, everything from those 4 distributors would make up the group volume. So although in my eSuite right now, my personal volume with customers underneath me, because I move my customers, I'm going to show you guys how to do that. My personal volume is, I think it's like 200. My group volume is huge because of there's so many people on our team. So as your organization grows, your group volume is going to grow even when your teams is enrolling people, and that's what's so cool, okay? So we've got PCV, we got GB for group volume, and then there was one more thing. Oh yeah, qualified leg, okay? These are the terms, qualified leg, and that's equal to 400 GB, okay? So when you see the word called qualified legs, that all that means is GB, okay? So you've come into this business, you've got your 4 loyal customers, you've got your shopping spree. Now, what is the next step? What now, like, what are the actual steps that you need to do to take to go Ruby? And then I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? So what are the steps to take? Well, for one, when I started, I didn't know anything except I need to learn how to enroll customers and enroll distributors. Now, you may be starting in this business thinking, I have no idea how to do either of those things, and it's okay. Both of these skills you can learn. So without going too into it, my best advice to you is YouTube is going to be your best friend. Like, I didn't know how to get customers or how to sign distributors. So I was literally typing that into YouTube. I was finding people that were good and just listening to, you know, their videos on how to sign customers, how to sign distributors. But don't focus on what you're lacking. Like, a lot of people will look at a Ruby chart and be like, oh my gosh, I don't have these 3 people or any of the volume. When really all the time in your business, not just promoting to Ruby, you need to be focusing on the steps that will get you the results you want. So don't focus on what you don't have. Focus on the things that are going to get you what you want. So for me, that looked like watching a YouTube video every single day, making sure my posting was attracting the 2 different types of people that I wanted. So I was learning how to post for customers, learning how to post for distributors. I was getting my stories up. I was growing my network because I knew I couldn't rely on the 300 people I had on my Facebook to fill out these charts. I needed new people. So when you start learning those things, you're being consistent, you're copying the right people, what is going to happen is you're going to start charting, okay? So let's look at the first chart. We're going to go over what it has. So this is Ruby. They said if you can get to Ruby, you can truly get to any rank in the company because every single rank is just made up of a bunch of Rubies, okay? So how come I can't draw on this all of a sudden? There we go. So Ruby, you're looking at about $635 a month Canadian, about 500 US a month, plus bonuses. And what this is just you with 3 distributors underneath them, each of them being a qualified leg, okay? So we're gonna break this down. When you enroll, you are going to have like structure in your organization. So you are like, you're the top, right? You're the top of your organization. And then distributors that you enroll, the first ones are going to be on what we call your top line. So your first line. And I'm going to show you in eSuite how you figure out where these people are. And then let's say if that distributor, this person here enrolls somebody, well, that's now on your second line. And then it goes down, 3rd line, 4th line, all the way down. Like, it can literally go to infinity. So when we look at a Ruby chart, we're just looking at 3 distributors placed on your top line. So 3 people right across the top. Now I'm going to show you in my eSuite where you can actually find this, okay? So if you know that you have distributors on your team, but you're not sure like where they are or like how they're placed, I'm going to show you right here, okay? You're just going to see this in the background for a second. Okay, so I want you guys to write this down, okay? You're going to go into reports, and then you're going to go into additional reports, and then you're going to click on organization viewer, okay? So what this is going to do is this is going to bring you up to the top of your organization. So as you can see, I'm the top of my organization, and it shows people on my top line, right? This is my first line, okay? As I click names, it would bring down my second line. This person doesn't have a DT under them. But if I was to click down, Michael's name, it's going to bring his top line. And it really is a bird's eye view of your chart, okay? So every time you see a distributor name, that is actually going to represent a box on your chart. And I know that sounds like a distributor is not a box. They're not, but I'm just talking for charting purposes. This is how you're going to map it out, okay? So you want to go into their reports, organization viewer, and see if you have any distributors on your top line. You're going to fill them out. If you have 3 across the top, 3 in a row beside each other, that means you are what we call boxed for Ruby. So you're going to hear the terms being charted for Ruby, being boxed for Ruby, almost at Ruby. All that means is that they have the distributors in the right place. So when we look at a box on a chart, if we look at these 3 boxes on a Ruby chart, the box is always going to mean a distributor. It's never going to mean customers. So in order for you to be Box for Ruby, you need to have 3 distributors on your top line, and then they each need to be a qualified leg, okay? Now remember, a qualified leg is 400 in group volume, and volume comes from the products, right? Everybody follow so far? Volume comes from products, okay? So all this means is your 3 distributors need to have 400 in group volume, okay? So let's bring up some names here, okay? So these are just random names. Let's say we got Kyle, we got, how do we move this over? Kyle, we got Trevor, and we got Alan. I'm just using guy names because why not? Okay, now Kyle is in your organization. You need to have him have 400 in group volume. And so his volume is going to come from anything that he's doing, any customers he's put through, you know, any auto ships he runs. Let's say Kyle turns around and, you know, maybe Kyle's not doing much, but he enrolls his mom, Sarah. Sarah's Kyle's mom, so she's placed right underneath him. Anything within their organization, remember, contributes to their group volume, okay? So let's say Sarah enrolls a ton of customers. Everything that Sarah does is contributing to Kyle's group volume because she's directly under Kyle. Does that make sense? Okay, so where can you find group volume? I'm not gonna share the screen with you because then you guys will see everybody's numbers and we're not about that life. So I'm just gonna walk you through it. Where you can find group volume for all of your distributors. So you're gonna go into reports, additional reports, and then you're going to see volume total by distributor. Now, when you're in that screen, you're going to see each of your distributors in order, and then you're going to see 2 columns on the other side, personal customer volume and group volume. You're going to see their PCV and their group volume. So you want to make sure that Kyle, Trevor, and Alan have 400 group volume, and then for you to actually go Ruby, outside of the 1,200 that's going to bring you, right? Because 400, let's go 400, right? Minimum for Kyle, 400 for Trevor, because they all have to be qualified legs, right? Which is 400 in group volume. That's going to bring you to 1,200. So for Ruby, you need all of them at 400, but your total GV has to be 2,000. So that extra 800 in BV can come from anywhere. So if Alan's leg is killing it, maybe he has a little bit of extra volume, that's going to count. If you have extra customer volume, that's going to count. It can literally come from anywhere else in your organization, okay? Now, if you're looking at a Ruby chart and you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, I maybe like I have some people working, but like, you know, they're not working, and like I'm trying to get to Ruby and they're not hurrying. This is what I'll tell you, okay? There is compression and stacking available in our business, which is beautiful. So when I was promoting to Diamond, me and Laurel were literally like the only people working. So what you can do in this business is stack. So let's say like this is what your mindset should be. Honestly, like if you guys are coming in to make good money with this business, this is how I thought. I came in and I was like, I need to go Diamond because that's what's going to change my family's life. So I'm going to fill out my Diamond chart. I'm not going to wait for somebody to hand me a distributor. I'm going to go sign the distributors. Like you guys, I'm just going to touch on this really quickly. Like if any, like you never can count on anybody giving you another distributor in this business. I have never been given a distributor ever, a customer ever. And so when you are giving those things, it really is like a bonus. Like that is somebody putting residual money in your pocket, but you need to take ownership for your business that you are going to fill this whole chart. What I will tell you is when you have that mindset, I'm not waiting for anybody, I'm just going to get it done, you start to attract the right people to your business. I felt until Diamond, I was just dragging people. I was trying to like, you know, I was just like, come on, if this person would just work. And eventually I was like, no, I'm done. I'm filling this myself. I'm going to go learn how to fill all these spots. So this is what your mindset should be if you have nobody on your team. I'm going to go sign 3 distributors. So you're going to place them. They're going to be on your top line. We got 1, 2, 3. And work with them, show them how to get volume, walk them through host to post. Because remember, when you enroll a distributor, you are you're helping them get their first 4 loyal customers because that's going to get them that $100 shopping spree. But if you're personally enrolling in distributors, you guys are getting a bonus. Okay, so let's go over quickly how you get this bonus. We have something called Fast Start Qualified in this business. Okay, and what that means is 2 loyal customers and being commission qualified in 30 days, okay? So I enroll a distributor, okay? And I'm saying, okay, I'm going to help these people get started. I help them get started on Host to Post. I give them posts. I walk them through conversations. I'm sending them videos. I'm like saying to them, like, blow up my inbox. I'm here to help you. I'm not going to chase you. Like, you know, this is how I'm starting my DCs. I'm here to help you. I'm not going to chase you, but I'm here to help you. And I'm trying to help them get their 4 because I want them to get their shopping spree and get that product. But any distributor I enroll, whether they're working or not, I am always going to get them fast start qualified. So whether or not they are working, they're going to get 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days. They are going to be commission qualified. So if they're not running an auto ship, 150 BV, right? Because everyone follows so far. I feel like I'm like talking gibberish. 150 BV, and I'm going to get a weekly bonus. I'm going to get a $100 weekly bonus paid out weekly on top of my commission. So just in case anybody's confused, we don't get paid when we sign distributors. We get paid when we help people get started strong. So I'm going to help people get started strong because it benefits them, it benefits me, and I'm going to continue to help them grow to whatever rank they want in this business. But you need to look at this as you're charting. So let's say you come in, okay? So let's say you enroll a distributor. You're going to keep them on your top line, okay? So let's say this is Kyle. You're going to work with Kyle. You're going to show him how to do Host to Post. You're going to get him get started. You want to help him get these 4 customers. But as long as you're commission qualified first, you already have your 4 customers, you are going to start placing volume, okay? So what this means is we can move volume and customers around on our chart to help us get to our promotion. In this business, you have to have your team winning for you to win. So there's no like, oh, let's screw over this person so I can go there. Like, no, for you to go Ruby, you're helping 3 people go to 400 to earn a paycheck. For you to go Diamond, you're helping 3 people go Ruby. Like, you really get to lock arms with runners in this business and go. So you're placing Kyle here. Now, my mindset is I need Kyle at 400, but I'm going to help him get this bonus. So while I'm helping him get customers, I myself am pushing to get these 2 loyal customers as quickly as I can to place underneath him. So let's say already that you sign 2 coffees. So you have 2 loyal customers. So loyal customer for 1 is coffee. That's 30 BV, let's say. Let's put this out in like like an actual situation. You get your second loyal customer and it's a triple threat. Let's say that's 94 BV. And then you sell, a month's supply of coffee for the 3rd. That's 60 BV, okay? So now he has 3 loyal customers in his first 30 days, and he's at, I think it's 184 BV, if I did that math right? 30 plus 94 plus 60. So now Kyle has 3 loyal customers. You've earned a weekly fast start bonus, but you have 184 on this qualified leg so far, right? So do you guys see how it's like for Ruby? Yeah, you might fill your whole Ruby chart, but this business pays the people that enroll. As you enroll, you're earning enrolling bonuses. You get an extra 5%, I think it is, or a couple percent. I don't know. I don't really know the comp plan, to be honest with you. I'm a top earner without knowing the comp plan. So if you want to go learn the comp plan, go do that. But I can't give you the extra percent number. But like I'm enrolling people and not waiting for them. I'm moving them. I'm placing people where it helps my team, where I'm able to place to get that bonus, and where it also makes sense for my chart. Okay. So let's say you've enrolled these 3 people. You've got each of them have their, first 2 loyal customers in their first 30 days. So you now have $300 in bonuses. And let's say qualified leg 2, whatever this person's name was, let's say they have 90 BV total. Let's say they got 3 coffees in there. Okay. So they're at 90 BV. This number 3 over here, maybe they have their 4 customers at 25 BV each, so they have 100 BV. But let's say now you enroll a 4th distributor, right? You're killing it. You enroll a 4th distributor. What will automatically happen after you enroll that 4th is it's going to stay on your top line, okay? Now, everyone's going to tell you to do this differently, and really there's no right way to chart, but I'll show you how I've always charted and how I show my team to. I do what we call stacking, okay? So just like customers, we can move distributors around on our chart. The distributor is still yours. You still are their enroller, you still earn the bonus and everything like that, but you can actually move them on their chart. And this is where stacking for group volume is going to play into effect. So I'm going to show you what I mean, okay? So everybody follows. We got Kyle, number 2, and number 3. We're helping them get started. We're enrolling customers as we're working with them. We're placing the customers underneath them. They're getting their, shopping spree. You're getting your weekly bonus and you're building to Ruby. And now you enroll Sarah. Okay. Now we don't want Sarah to stay on our top line. I mean, why? If you were to ask me why, because now you're still you never want to miss a bonus, right? And you want to build people. Like in this business, like some people will leave people all across their top line. They'll just keep every single distributor on their top line. But the way I see it is you want to develop leaders on your team. You want to find people that are receptive to leadership. And so when I enroll Sarah, I'm still her point of contact. But I want to kill a few birds with one stone here. So I'm going to enroll her under my name. And then just like a customer, I have 72 hours to place her anywhere on my chart. So if this was my actual chart and I had 3 people, right? I had 184 BV or, BV for Kyle, 90 BV for my second qualified leg, and 100 BV for my third. I know that I need all three of these people at 400. So I'm going to take Sarah and I'm going to put her underneath one of these distributors. Now there's a few ways I will decide on who to move to. In this situation, while everybody was under 400, I could go to somebody that was working the hardest. I would probably go to a distributor that was, being consistent, working the hardest, showing up every day, taking on the role of just being a good worker. And I would say to this person, listen, I'm going to help you start building your team. I believe in you. Sometimes that's all people need to hear. I believe in you and I want to help you. And I want to help you. So you're going to move Sarah underneath, let's say this person is the best one. Okay. This person's working. You can move Sarah right here. Okay. Now, what's going to happen is any volume that Sarah does, so any orders that she puts in, any customers, and remember, we're still working with Sarah to get her 4 customers to get that shopping spree and for you to get your weekly bonus, so you're going to be placing under Sarah, but anything that she does is contributing to this person's group volume, because remember, group volume is anything underneath that organization. Everybody following? Is anybody so lost? Is everybody following? Everyone's okay, I'm just going to go with everyone's following. So now Sarah's underneath this person. This is somebody in Sarah's organization. And so where the magic really starts happening is you will get people that just excel on that. They just take off. And this is where layered leadership starts happening, because this person over here now has a distributor. This is one of their qualified legs for Ruby. But now any volume that Sarah gets is now being contributed to this volume. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So now everything is adding up to 400 underneath, okay? So once all 3 legs are at 400 group volume and then you have 2,000 in total, that is going to make you Ruby. Yes. Okay, so Amanda says, so after 3 DTs on your top line, place all new DTs under them essentially for volume. Yes, absolutely. And you guys, if you haven't been doing this, don't freak out. I didn't do this I didn't understand this at the beginning of my business, and so I built really wide. Once I figured it out, then I changed it. So if you have 3 people, 1, 2, 3, you need all of them at 400 in group volume, right? 400, 400, 400. You need that extra 800 to come from anywhere to total 2,000 group volume for yourself. Every single thing that you get, you want to be stacking it underneath these 3 legs. So if you you guys, for some of my charts, I have a distributor and then 5 people stacked here, because sometimes they just don't work. And if this person already has 100 GV and then you keep one more and you keep Sarah on your top line, you can't use, you know what I mean? You don't want to lose volume. You don't want to waste volume. Now, some people are going to say, well, I don't want to build people that aren't working. And really, at the end of the day, do you have to do this? No. But I have yet to see a chart where every single person is working. And the moment that you're just waiting for your team to work, you're just really not, you really won't get there. You might get there, but it's going to take you a long time. The numbers is just not everybody's going to work. So you have the opportunity to move people where you see fit on your chart. And by doing that, it's helping your team promote. and like I mentioned, our compensation plan pays to enroll. So you guys, when I was Ruby and I was really the only one doing it pretty much, I was making $800 a month. Like the averages are there for a reason, right? Okay, so does this you work for you, not for the other people that you have that don't correct. Caitlin, do you want to just resend that? I don't get what that means. Can you just reword that and then I'll answer that? Sorry, it's probably just me. I'm really tired. Okay, so that's Ruby, you guys. So 3 qualified legs, a total of 2,000 group volume. Now, what I would suggest you do is figure out what exactly you're going to need for Ruby next month, okay? So what I would do at the end of the month right now is go into your volume total by distributor, whoever your 3 are, see what they're at currently right now. This is going to give you an idea of where you're going to be for next month. And then you just want to be placing on where you're lacking. Just look at this as patchwork. If you have somebody that's not working in the middle, you need to own that. You need to be like, okay, this person's not working. Don't be in their inbox. Okay. A lot of people do that. They're like, this person's like a Ruby on my, like, let them go. Like if they're not getting back to you, like, remember that like in this business, nobody joins for you to be like their boss. They want to just, you gotta have the momentum. Like, I'm doing this. Are you coming or not? And you know what? They may not come with you right away. They just may not. And for me, my mindset was I'm going to Diamond, whether or not my team is coming with me. And when I went Diamond, I started to attract the right people because they were like, dude, this girl just went Diamond. But we would have never got there if I was sitting around waiting for my team. Okay. So next thing. So this is our Ruby chart. Now we're going to look at, an Emerald chart. Why did it close here? Let me just see what's going on. Why did that close? How come I can't click that? Okay, there we go. Okay, so where you guys can find charts, I'm just going to do this here. I'm just going to show you guys. So when you go into your document library, you're just going to search the word chart. And then you're going to switch it to all countries. Okay, so we're going to go chart. Oh, it's showing there. Never mind. You don't switch all countries. Psych. Okay, so now we're going to pull up an Emerald chart. So again, once you go Ruby, you guys, you don't want to be looking at Emerald until you go Ruby. But what is going to happen naturally as you go Ruby and you're stacking and you're building your team, you're going to start placing for Emerald. So let's pretend we had those same 3 people from your Ruby chart, right? We had Kyle, Trevor, and Alan, right? Those were the 3. Remember, if you take away all of this down here, none of that is here, right? All you have is a Ruby chart, 3 distributors, right? Do you guys follow? Undo. Okay. So now we're going to go into charting for Emerald. So naturally, as we talked about before, when we looked at our Ruby chart, we already talked about that we were stacking, right? We were stacking distributors to get us where we wanted to go. So let's say we go back to this, right? Let's say Kyle was here, and because we're stacking for volume, remember Kyle enrolled his mom, remember? And then let's say his mom still wasn't, getting it done. So you enrolled another distributor and you needed Kyle at 400 group volume. So maybe you enrolled Karen, right? And you just stacked them underneath because remember, we need Kyle at 400 for Ruby, and anything that's, underneath Kyle is contributing to his group volume. So what happens when you actually hit Ruby and you get there is it's now transferring onto the Emerald chart. So where we had Kyle stacked before, those people were on his top line, just like they're on your top line, right? So we have mom, and then we have Karen, right? So even though, let's say Kyle enrolled these people, there's still people contributing to your Emerald chart. So really all an Emerald is after you go Ruby, you're helping 2 people go Ruby. So that can be you showing people, just like I'm doing to you right now, okay, focus on enrolling customers, focus on enrolling just, oh my gosh, yes, thank you. I just wanted someone to be like, this is all, seriously, if I could get through to one person, if I could just get through to one person on this Zoom, it makes me happy because this is like really hard for my brain to understand. I don't really even understand. I'm just joking. I know what I'm talking about, but like, it's hard for me to put it out there. Someone just said it's clicking. I need to stack. Yes, you need to stack. And other people will tell you not to, but I'm thinking like, why wouldn't you not stack? Stack, because that's just going to get you there quicker. And it gives you just like a roadmap, right? So now we've already stacked to get to Ruby. We've already like, do you guys see how what you're doing to help you get to Ruby by stacking those distributors? It's actually helping you get closer to Emerald, right? So we have Mom and Karen underneath. So now you could go to Kyle and Trevor and be like, okay, so now you guys are ready to go Ruby. And you guys, I'll tell you something too. You never want to make your promotions about somebody else, or I mean about you. You never want to make them about you. So I see some people go to Kyle and Trevor and be like, okay, well, listen, I'm going to go Emerald this month, so I need you to go Ruby, and I need you to go Ruby, and Alan, you're good. You over there, you just chill, Alan. Like, Kyle and Trevor, you need to go Ruby because I'm trying to go Emerald. Here's the thing, and I'm just spouting out, like, lessons that I've learned in this business, and I just want to help you guys work through this quicker. And what I have learned is nobody cares about your promotion. You know, you care about your promotion and you're really excited, but you have to remember that Mom and Karen did not join for Kyle to go Ruby. Mom and Karen joined because they want to make money for themselves and their family. So where you're going to find a lot more just smooth, like dealing with people is you making this promotion all about them. When you help enough people get to where you want to go, you naturally will get to where you want to go. So you can't go from the sense that, okay, we're going Ruby, you need to go Ruby because I'm going Emerald. The conversation should be, Kyle, listen, I don't know if you know, but I've pulled up your chart. You are one person from being boxed away from Ruby. Would an extra $500 a month, benefit you? And they're going to say, yes, of course. Why else would they be here? And you're going to say, okay, I'm going to help you get there. So this is what we need. We need one more DT to get you boxed for Ruby, right? And remember, that just means one more distributor in place, and then you're boxed for Ruby. And so now the only difference between you being Ruby and getting to Ruby is the volume. And so all you need is 2,000 GV, right? And 3 qualified legs. So we're going to help Mom, Karen, and whoever this is get to 400, right? And again, this keeps trickling down. Like, let's say that Mom enrolls someone, right? And Mom enrolls a distributor who takes off. All of the BV from this person contributes to Mom's because she's in her organization. And you can find who is underneath other people's organizations by going into eSuite, organization viewer, right? So I could literally just go, I'm just going to show you an example here. Okay. I really want to be thorough with you guys. So I could just go into eSuite. I could click this organization viewer, and let's say I was trying to search, I wanted to see who is under Mom, right? Let's just say her name was Mom. I wanted to know who, if she had distributors, who is contributing to Mom's group volume. I want to know who's in her boxes that I can see if I can help to get Kyle to Ruby, me to Emerald. So I can just search names here. So I could just search like, let's say, I don't know, I'm just searching a random name, right? I could search up a name, I'm going to click it, and it's going to bring me to the top of this person's organization, right? So say if this was Mom, I could be like, okay, she has Samantha and Cindy underneath her, right? And then that's just giving me, like guidance on who I need to be talking to. So now, Trevor, let's say Trevor, you had a couple people stacked under Trevor. Let's say there was 2 there and there's an open spot here. So you know that you need a DT here and here to be boxed for Emerald. So while you're working with Kyle and Trevor, giving them the tools, this is how we're setting distributors, and like, I know you may be new in this business and you don't know, but here's the thing. You want to be a leader, you want to be an Emerald, you want to be a Diamond, like you can, right? You want that paycheck, you deserve it, but you are going to have to show up as a leader first before your team follows through. Like, so what that looked like to me was, okay, I've just started, I'm a Ruby, I have like 10 people on my team, I have no idea what the heck I'm doing, I'm going to learn what I'm doing. So not only am I going to learn how to be the best distributor enroller by watching videos, I'm going to learn how to do, customers, I'm going to learn how I can best translate this to my team, right? How can I be a good leader to my team? So I'm listening to leadership videos, and back then, you guys, I wasn't listening to like Grant Cardone and people outside of It Works. I was just listening to It Works leaders, right? Because I'm like, if they're going through this and they've overcome it. I just want to learn from people that have done that. And so what I learned was while I'm working with Kyle and Trevor, Kyle knows there's a roadmap. I'm telling Kyle, I'm not waiting for Kyle to figure it out. I'm like, listen, Kyle, you want to go Ruby, you got Mom, you got Karen, and we need one more person. So your next distributor, we're going to keep on the top line. I want you to tell me if you enroll a distributor after that, because we don't want Kyle to put a distributor over here, right? Because that's not going to help anybody. We want Kyle to stack it, because not just because that's going to help us, because it's going to help Kyle, right? Do you guys see how this is literally like it's all about building Ruby. So now when Kyle enrolls his own distributor, place it underneath this person, because the next move that Kyle is going to be doing is placing customers underneath this distributor to get that fast start weekly $100 bonus. So then you're placing where it makes sense. You're helping your new distributor get started strong and make money. You're creating layered leadership within your team, and you're helping Kyle go Ruby, right? I will stack all day until I get there. You guys, I have some distributors that are stacked like 7 layers deep. I'm not waiting for someone to work. and then I'm going to find somebody in that 7, and I'm going to pull them up. Another thing, you can pull people up in this business. Okay. So let's say Trevor starts slacking a little bit. He's getting a little comfortable, and maybe you've already started placing people. So you've got, let's just, throw me some names here. We got Ben, we got Alexa, and then, Ben is killing it, right? So Ben's got people all over the world that he's talking to, and he's got 2 DTs right here, right? He's like, yeah, I already got 2 DTs. We already know that all of that volume is coming up to Ben, right? But anywhere in the leg, you can pull somebody up. So if Trevor is no longer cutting, like Trevor's just being negative and he's not working, you can place, again, if Trevor's close, I'm going to place under Trevor to get me to where I want to go, because I'm not waiting for anybody. But there's also value in working with the people that are working. And let me tell you, this is on your terms, okay? Don't I won't work with someone if they ask me to, if someone is like, oh, can you place someone here? I just won't, you have to come into this with build your own business. But if Ben is working, I'm pulling Ben up, and I'm going to help him. I'm going to run with Ben. Okay. So Ben can be pulled up. How do you pull someone up? You just do. You don't have to physically do anything, but I'm going to show you guys a little bit about what I mean here. So for example, I'm going to bring up just my chart. Okay. So let's pretend that, these people, let me clear this here. Right. So let's pretend, let's just say Michael, Krista, and Laurel. These are let's just pretend, see how I have a whole bunch of people wide. I'm charting for Ruby. Okay, no, I'm charting for Emerald at this point. Okay, so I'm just going to show you guys what I mean. So let's just bring it out to as if we're physically looking at a box. Okay, we've got, Y, 1, 2, 3. Okay, those are my 3 distributors. For me to go Ruby, right, Laurel has to have 400 GV, Michael has to have 400 GV, Krista has to have 400 GV. Now, I can pull people from underneath Mike. So if Mike's not cutting it, and I look underneath, and I'm like, oh, I see that Caitlin is in Mike's leg, I'm running with Caitlin. You know what I mean? I can physically just pull her up in my organization and just see, let's say I open Caitlin's thing, and I saw Caitlin had a bunch of, 3 distributors on her top line. I can pull her up. I can just choose to work with her. Okay. So what I will say is you always want to be placing for your own chart, but if you're not sure, just message me. If you're like, hey, I think what you'll find is even though I'm telling you this, it may not make sense the first couple times you do it. Just reach out to your upline or me and be like, okay, I think I can use this person. Can I? Okay. And then we'll let you know. Okay. So now we're going across to look at Emerald. So like I said, I already showed you guys, we had all of our distributors in the right spots. So we had all of these checked off. We had Kyle, Alan, sorry, I'm not going to write this all in again, but we knew that at the end, we needed 2 more distributors to be boxed, right? Now I'm looking at this as I am going to fill these 2 distributors. That is my mindset. I'm not waiting for Trevor. I'm not waiting for Kyle. I'm filling these distributors. And then I'm going to move them and place them on my chart. So I would already know that my next distributor, if this was Kyle, my next distributor would be placed under Kyle. So I would enroll the distributor. I would wait till I got the email, and then I would move it under Kyle. And so all I do to do that is just go through eSuite. So I go eSuite, reports, and then there's a personally enrolled team. That's everything that you've enrolled in the last 72 hours. And then it'll just give you the option to move it. So it'll be like, who do you want to move it to? Enter their distributor number, and I want to move it to Kyle. Now, let's say if Kyle had 3 distributors, right? This person was filled. This is Al. I'm like trying to think of short names. But we wanted to move this new distributor under Al to help with that volume. I'm not moving it under Kyle. I'm moving it under Al. Okay, I'm not moving it under Kyle, even though it's technically under Kyle. I'm physically moving the distributor under Al. So if you're not following this, don't be overwhelmed. Just when the situation happens, when you enroll people, just get in touch. And then the next couple of times that you do it, it will start to make sense. Okay. So you going to Emerald is essentially helping 2 people to go Ruby in separate legs on your team. Okay. Now let's say you've enrolled and an upline has placed a distributor underneath you. Okay. So let's say I don't know, let's say I enroll someone named Kelly, and then I place Tina underneath Kelly, and Tina takes off to Ruby. Kelly can still use that person. It doesn't matter that I've placed them there. You can still use that person. Okay. Does everybody follow so far? Like, is this making sense for people? I'm just going to take a second to read through the chats and see if there's any questions I can answer while we go through. Okay, I'm going to scroll up. Ruby. Okay, yes. Got it. Don't have any distributors. It's clicking. It's also building a foundation. Yes. So if you had 5 DT stacking, would be placing them under them or splitting them? Okay, good question. So Teresa says if you have 5 DTs, stacking would be placing them under the same one or splitting them. So let's give you an example, okay? So let's say this is a Ruby chart, 1, 2, 3, right? We're trying to get each person to 400. Let's say this person at the top, they've stopped working. You've placed the 4 customers underneath them. They have 120 BV, but they're just really not working anymore. You don't want to waste this 120, right? You want to use that 120 and get that GB to 400. So I would stack as many underneath as I needed to, right? Like sometimes I would stack, like I would say start with stacking 3 because like for me, I never miss a fast start bonus. Like if the person isn't working, I'm going to place that distributor on a place on my chart where I can fill the volume and earn the bonuses. One thing I will tell you guys, I know there's a lot of you guys that are like money, motivated on here. I didn't know what this meant when I started, but I knew that if I could fast start distributors, I was making those $100 weekly bonuses. When you go diamond, that turns into cabs and way more money. I'm not going to get into that, but have the mindset that like when you learn how to be good at both things, signing customers, signing distributors, like invest your time into learning. Like I'm telling you, I was watching like 2 to 3 videos a day, best distributor enrollers in the company, how to enroll them, how to talk to them, how to close them, how to attract them. Like I really just treated it like I was learning a skill. The income that you will make just from the weekly bonuses will blow your mind. Like it will blow your mind. That's not even getting into diamond. Like that's not even getting into cabs. This is just weekly bonuses. Those will pay your mortgage. Like I'm telling you, it's so worth learning how to do this. So anyways, because you have those 3 distributors stacked there, you're going to be placing the volume regardless to get those bonuses, right? So stack a couple to get to that 400. And then if you have way more, throw some over here. You'll just learn as you go. Like each scenario is going to be very different. So I just encourage you guys for the beginning, while it's maybe confusing, just personally message me. Like just message me and just be like, here's my chart. Where should I stack? Okay. But learn it because I'm only going to answer the same question like 3 times. I'm just joking. Kind of. Okay. Hard to word what I'm asking. Say you had 6 distributors. Would you put the 3 under the same one or put 1 under the each? So like, okay. So I see what you're saying. So if you were to put, let's say this was your 1 distributor, Teresa, right? I know what you're asking. Okay. This was your 1 distributor. You need this person to be at 400 group volume. Okay. You could technically stack them all this way, right? But when you stack down, so like, okay, so you're going to place, 1 under this one. I would place 2 under 1. I wouldn't place the second one under this one. I would place 2 under 1. And the reason I would build deeper like that is for situations like when we go from ruby to emerald, because we already saw that when we had a distributor directly on the under the underneath of one, like mom under Kyle, remember that example? Mom already then fell into a box that we needed for emerald, right? So then, for example, if like, let's just use this example, okay? So Kyle was up here. We put mom under Kyle. Now let's say we put, you know, you had another distributor, Trevor. Oh my gosh, there's already 2 Trevors. Oh well. I wouldn't put Trevor under Kyle. I'm going to put Trevor under here. If I already have all these boxes full, I'm going to put Trevor here because that's going to contribute to the group volume we need. Again, that's probably confusing. Just as the situations happen, until like once you get it, you'll know that you get it. Just don't be scared to ask. Like I will show you where to place them, and it'll, once you master this, like you're going to maximize the money that you make, because the way that I place, I'm always placing to hit my next goal. I'm always placing to help people on our team that are working hard, and I always place to where I can place volume to earn bonuses. Okay. And get okay, how do you pull someone up? Yes. Okay, when you put, okay, good question. So when do you put another DT under another DT? Do you let them know? Sometimes. So if they're brand new, I'm not going to be like, I just put a DT underneath you. I don't want to freak them out. You know, if somebody's working and they're like showing signs of being eager and like, yeah, I'm ready, I'm going to tell them. But I will also tell them, you know, don't feel like you need to take on any leadership role. Like I still want to, you know, be there to help train my team. I want to still like be there to show them what to do. And I don't want them to feel like I'm just like leaving somebody with them, but it's just depending on the situation. Like layered leadership is very important in this business. And I have leaders on our team now where like I will place distributors, and that distributor does become the point of contact. And like, that's how I know we have such amazing leaders on our team, because I've placed distributors underneath leaders who have really taken those people underneath their wings and made big moves with them, you know? So it's like, I mean, it all ties in together. Like if I had an upline, this is how my thoughts would be. Even though it's no, like, again, nobody owes to put anything on your chart ever, like ever. You need to look at building your own business. But if I was like a runner, I would want to be the person, like, if I was on someone's team that was working really hard, I would want to be the person that learned how to be the best leader. Like, I would want to be the person that when somebody gave me a distributor, they were like, wow, like that person really takes care of the people that I'm placing. Like, you guys, I have leaders on my team that I just like, I'm like, they've taken care of the distributors that I've placed underneath them. They've shown them the way, they've taken that leadership spot. And that's who you want to work with, like, in my opinion, you know? Stack where you need volume. That makes sense, including the faster. I get it now. Thank you. Yes. Okay. I'm so happy. I was like stressing about this, you guys, because when I try and like this is like, I think I'm having like a seizure. Like I'm like trying to like get this, like, I think I have something where I can think about it, but I can't put it on into words, you know? So this is one of the things. So, okay. So stacking the volume where you need volume. That is exactly the best way to put it. If you're looking at a Ruby chart and you have a Ruby leg that isn't getting volume in, just stack. And then once you hit that promotion, you're going to open up this next chart and you're going to open up Trade Viewer. And what you will find is so many of these boxes will already be full. Okay. So now again, okay, let me just finish this. So learning to get the distributors and LCs, like being in college, how to get your dream job. Yeah, this is what's crazy to me. I want you guys to think, and actually put it in the comments. I like these interactive Zooms. If money wasn't an option and someone just said, what is your dream job? What would your dream job be? Like, actually think about it. What's your dream job? Like, what's the best job in the world? If you had to work, what is the best job in the world? So people are ready to go to school for 2 years, 4 years, 8 years, however long people go to school for really smart things like doctors. I have no idea, but like people are willing to go to school for a long time and not get paid to learn the skill to hopefully get a job in their field. Like, I'm at the end of the day, like this business is not hard, but you still have to invest time into it. Like you're not just going to come in and be great at everything. Like you like, I'm never going to be great at everything. Like there's always learning to do, you know, and at every level, like I'm at a level in my business where yeah, I've mastered enrolling people, but I'm like, how can I be better at leading? Like you have to always be willing to be better in this business. And at the beginning, you have to look at it like, how am I going to be good at this? How am I going to learn how to sign customers and distributors? Like, I think a lot of people just have a really, and again, I'm not saying this to be rude because I was like this too. And my goal is to help you guys get over these things that I feel like I dealt with so you can make more quicker than I did. But nobody owes anything to you. Like so many of you, not so many of you guys, but so many people are like, well, I joined a business, so when my friends are interested, they'll message me. Like, no, your friends are going to message the people. Like they're going to go to who is good. They're going to go to who is showing that they're serious. And so as somebody that's, you know, looking at a diamond chart, let's say you're looking to go diamond and that $2,500 a month is like life-changing to you, you can't expect it to just fall in your lap. Like you need to look at that and be like, okay, for me to go here, I need to learn how to get customers, how to sign distributors, but also like how to be a leader, right? How to like work with people. Like I want to learn how to do it. So you have to be willing to invest time into this. And like for me, again, I cut out TV. Like I'm like, I just want to shake people. They're going diamond. They're like, what's the best Netflix show to watch? I'm like, none. I'm like, go learn how to be the best. Like you have to choose what you can't have it all. Like, I mean, you can have it all, but you got to decide. Right. And so, yes, I would say you have to learn how to do this the right way as if it was your dream job. Okay. So if you're trying to get Ruby, do you stack until you get there without worrying about the placement for the next chart? Yeah. I only stack for my next rank. 100%. I mean, like if you're 100 away from Ruby, sure, start going to Emerald. But I mean, what happens if you box yourself for diamond when you haven't hit Ruby? You just have volume in all the wrong spots, right? So by stacking, although you're getting to, like, you're just building a strong Ruby, but it's as you keep expanding, like you're going to just have a strong stack team. And then by you stacking, you're setting people up for their promotions. In this business, like you will win when your team wins. So even if even if I'm placing someone a level down and it's going to take a couple percent for me, I see value in that. Like I'll place on my chart wherever. If it benefits me, obviously, like you need to work what's going to benefit your business. Like you're in business for yourself here. Like you need to benefit you, but the beauty of this business is you can't benefit you without benefiting another person. So find somebody that's running, find somebody that's eager, not someone that just says they want it. Like fall in love with action, not what people say, you know? I look to see who shows up every day. Like I'm like, that's who I am. And even if right now, this moment, I'm not building there, like I know where I'm coming around to, you know? Okay, that's interesting. I've heard leaders say when they place DTs, they expect the person to place under to take on leadership wise, but it comes down to your biz. Yeah, and I mean, it's totally up to you. Like if you have a leader that's like just so there and like ready to go and like they're willing to help, like yeah, by all means, like get that layered leadership happening. And a conversation that I would have with a distributor would be like, okay, I'm going to place this DT underneath you. Let's put you guys in a group chat so you guys both know that you have, you know, my support and their support. But if they ever ask you a question that you don't know, I want my leader, the leader that I've placed this new distributor under, I want the leader to come to me because I want the leader to hear the answer from me so they can build that confidence and turn around and, you know, have that with their team. You can get to diamond by yourself 1,000%. Like you can build a diamond chart by yourself. You can enroll every distributor and every customer and you can get there. But when it comes to going double, triple, presidential, you need to have leaders on your team. You need to have that established relationship with people. So I look for people that are like that. But if you're sitting there saying, well, I don't have anybody like that, I want you to ask yourself, are you like that? Because you are who you attract. And I've heard, you guys have probably heard me say this before, but you know, I had this lesson at the beginning of my business big time. Like I kind of just not trampled, but like I didn't know what I was doing. And so when I went double, I had a whole emerald leg quit, And, you know, I realized that I couldn't sit there and be like pity party for me, right? I was just like, okay, no, I'm going to do this. Like you have to take ownership for the success and failure of your business. So when times are going great for me, like I'm proud and I take ownership. But if something goes south, I look at how can I be better? How can I learn from this? How can I make sure this doesn't happen again? And, you know, I would just say, if you're not the person that you would want on your team, stop waiting for them to come and start being that person, right? Like if you're trying to go diamond, if you're trying to go emerald, like you have to be working like that diamond long before you're diamond. Like you have to be showing up as a diamond before you're a diamond. Like to make $30 a month, you got to be working like you're making 500. To make 500, you got to work for the rank that you want. It's pretty much. Okay, singer, if I could sing, lawyer, talent, dog rescue, chef. Okay, so all these things, like these are your dream jobs. Okay, so you guys are probably willing to go to school to and I'm not dissing, like don't, like I'm not trying to be anything like that. I'm just trying to put it in perspective for you. Like you're willing to go and chase after this dream and work hard and invest your time to learn how to do it. Do the same with this. And what if this is like, you don't have to quit your job, but what if this is the thing that allows you while you're going to school to not worry, and this is what it is. But the problem with network marketing is people just think it's like, oh, we're just playing on our phones. Like, no, this is truly a business. It's so truly a business. And when you treat it as such, you will it'll transform everything. Like it'll just transform everything for you. Okay. So as we go down, and then we'll go into diamond, no BB and TV. So if you need 2 ruby legs to get to emerald, then those ruby legs would need 2,000 GV. So stacking would help them to get to ruby leg. Correct. This is all coming together. Yes. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy. Yes. This is like, I was like stressing about this. I was like, I'm just going to talk about nothing because it doesn't make sense in my head. Okay. Yes. So now let's go a little bit further. Let's go to diamond. Okay. So as we pull up a diamond chart, don't let this freak you out. We're just going to break this down really quick. Okay. So remember, we had Trev, Kev. It's like a white boy band. It's the Trev, Kevin, Allen show. Just joking. Okay. Those were the 3, right? Across the top. So creative. I know. And remember as we went, we had Mom, Karen. Do you guys see how everything that we're stacking, right? We already know that Mom and Karen, or Mom, right? Mom was slacking. We already stacked more DTs under her, right? We put 1 here, whoever, right? You guys see how as you stack, it's naturally just filling out, right? The volume. Do you guys see, right? Remember Alan had somebody named, I think it was Brody or something that we were going to pull up, right? Do you guys see how this is just trickling down? But when you stack to go ruby, it just naturally will be there for diamond, which is so crazy. And then the idea is you're creating duplication in your team. So as you're enrolling people, like this is where the magic happens. You're enrolling people, you're doing the things that it takes to enroll people. You're putting good posts out there, you're being consistent. Your team will follow you, right? So, I mean, if I've enrolled you, you probably know, like, I'm not in my team. When I'm enrolling people, I'm not in their inbox every day. I'm just showing them. I'm like, this is what I do to have success. I hope that you copy me. Like, I hope that you come with me. I hope that you blow up my inbox. And when you are doing the things to get results and your team sees that you're doing those things to get results, they will start duplicating those results. So before you know it, Karen, she's already focused on going ruby. She already wants to go ruby. So she already may enroll these 3 people. That is 3 people on your diamond chart that's already taken care of. So as we break down ruby, or a diamond, all we're looking at is 3 separate rubies. 3 separate people from anywhere in these 3 separate legs. So you know what? By the time you go diamond, Trevor may be long gone. Like he may have somebody that's within his organization that pulls up. But the idea is that you've just stacked people. So by the time it's time to go diamond, you already have kind of a roadmap. But the key here is having the roadmap. So many people are like, I'm just going to go diamond. That's like, okay, but like, where's your chart? Like, do you know where you're placing your volume? Do you know, like, and does your team know? Like, and this is, it's such a fine line because you don't want to be, again, in their inbox. Okay, Mom, Karen, and Alan, are you guys ready to go ruby? I'm trying to go diamond. Like, you want to be in them, okay, guys, is $500 a month going to help you, right? You're just helping them go Ruby, and you're helping them complete the steps that they need to do to go Ruby, showing them how to do host to post, showing them where to place, right? Karen may be building Y over here and not knowing, like, this is why as a diamond leader, especially, like, you have 14 people on your chart at a minimum. You need to have some sort of understanding of what's going on in your organization as far as enrollments go, right? Like, you need to know where people are coming from, because sometimes people just miss a promotion by like this much because they just didn't know where things were. And sometimes the easiest way to do this is to have it done at the beginning, you know, like, don't wait until you're almost there. Like, what I would be doing right now, you guys, I'm going to break it down. I'm just going to break it down to Ruby for you. Is anybody here? Okay, let's just make this simpler. Is anybody on here have at least 2 distributors on their team that hasn't promoted to Ruby yet and would feel comfortable with me sharing my screen and just doing your chart for you right now? Okay, Teresa Campbell, here we go. Okay, we'll do the first one. Okay, we can do this after too, guys. Like, if you like have no idea for your chart, I can help you, but I'm just gonna do one live, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna show you, let me pull it up on this thing so I can clear all drawings. Okay, so we are gonna go into, why is this not working? There we go. Okay, so if we were gonna pull up Teresa's, okay? So I'm gonna search Teresa's name. Again, Teresa would just pull hers up because you're gonna be the top of your organization, but I can find Teresa. So we're gonna look at Teresa's chart, okay? So I feel like this is a Filipino person, but I feel like this is the one you messaged me on. Anyways, that's fine. So I'm just gonna write it down so I can now transfer it to you. So we got Jordan, Jacqueline, and Renee, okay? So we already know that we're just gonna take 3 people, right? So if you, okay, so, and I know that this, I kind of know her chart. So if I didn't know her chart, I'd be like, okay, so she has 4 people across the top. We need to find 3 of the people that it makes the most sense to work with. So one of these people may not be working. I already kind of know what's going on in her chart. So I would have looked at volumes and everything like that. But I want to know, like, who is on her chart and who's contributing to her chart and what does she need to get there, okay? So as you click on names, it'll actually bring down their organization. So Jordan, if we look, let's bring it back over here. So I'm going to type it up as we go. So we have Jordan, Jacqueline, and Renee, right? So we know that sorry, I'm like really bad at using this. We need Jordan at 400 GV. We need Jacqueline at 400 GV. And we need Renee at 400 GV, okay? So that's what Teresa will need to go Ruby, plus she has to have 2,000 in group volume. So if I was looking at her chart, I would say to myself, like, okay, anything that Jordan has within her organization, right? Any customers, distributors, anything that's underneath Jordan is gonna contribute to her group volume. So I would look at Jordan and I'd be like, okay, so Jordan has, Jordan's already boxed for Ruby. So this is actually a perfect example, okay? So we got Jordan, Lewis, and Norchell, okay? So I know that any volume that they do, these people are contributing to Jordan's 400. So where am I going to find these people? Where am I going to find the volume? So I'm going to go into reports. I'm going to go into, I'm trying to think about how I can do this without showing you guys. Okay, so what I would normally do is click volume total by distributor. I'm not going to do that because everybody's volumes are going to show up. But if Teresa were to log in and do this, it would just show hers, right? So another way that you can do it, you can just go through Organization Explorer here and you can just search names. So I would search in like Jordan's name. I don't know what her last name is though, so that's going to be hard actually. How can I do this?
Jackie, you can go to hers and just stop screen sharing like until you get to this person's chart.
Good call. I'll be back. Okay, So I'm just going to walk you through what I'm doing. So I'm going to go into reports, volume total by distributor, and I am going to find, Teresa, do you mind reading out Jordan's last name? If she's on here. Jordan. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to, this only has like one person on it. So I'm just going to, I'm going to share my screen with you. Okay. Share. Okay. So I went to volume total by distributor and I just searched Jordan. Okay. So see how it's showing PBV and GB. Okay. So Jordan is already over 500 or 400. So she has 519. So Jordan, her qualified leg is good. She's already a qualified leg. Okay. Then I would go over to Jacqueline. I'm just going to stop share again just because I don't know what I'm going to pull up here. So I'm just going to go over to Jacqueline, and I don't know her last name. I think it's this one. So then I can see that her volume is 223, her group volume, okay? And then I'm going to go over to the last person, and 472. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Let me share the screen with you. Sorry guys, this is a little bit like ghetto, I know. Okay, so this is what I've pulled up from her chart here. So we've got Jordan, Jacqueline, and Renee. So underneath, we have Jordan's group volume is at 519, Jacqueline is at 223, and Renee is at 472. So I just want you guys to know, like, all these people have been in for like under a month. Like this is like new volume. So it's, if you feel like you're far from Ruby, I want you to know that it can just, everything can change very quickly is what I'm trying to tell you. So looking at this is what her chart looks like. So all I would do at this point is I would be like, okay, Jordan already has 519. So we're going to cross her off. Renee, we already know that Renee is almost boxed for emeralds, right? She's over 400. She's good. So in order for Jacqueline or for Teresa to go Ruby, our next focus is getting Jacqueline to 400. That is the short-term goal. So if I was Teresa, anything that I would be placing, I would be placing underneath Jacqueline. So let's say Teresa enrolls a distributor right now. Teresa enrolls Shelly, let's just say, okay? Now, Teresa enrolls Shelly. She's placing it underneath Jacqueline. So depending on what Jacqueline's situation is, the conversation would be like, girl, I believe in you. I want to help you do this. I'm going to place a distributor underneath you because I want to help you. Are you ready to run? Right? Now, as you can see, that's benefiting Teresa because that's helping her get volume for Ruby. That's benefiting Jacqueline because Teresa's just given her maybe her first distributor for Ruby, right? She's already placed a distributor on her top line. But now Jacqueline and Teresa, it benefits both of them to be placing volume underneath Shelly. It benefits Jacqueline because it's now growing her team and getting her distributors set for, you know, her first promotion, Ruby. But Teresa is going to want to earn this fast start bonus. This distributor is equal to $133 to Teresa because Teresa's in Canada, right? So by Teresa, her mindset is, okay, I'm going to help Shelly. I want to see Shelly be successful because these people are way more than a fast start bonus. Like, my goal is my distributors, I want to run with them to ambassador. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not looking for a fast start bonus. But even if Shelly doesn't work, Teresa's not going to miss that. So if Teresa didn't move this under Jacqueline and she kept it over here, she would either have to choose getting volume for Ruby or getting that fast start bonus. Because if she's placing volume under Jacqueline, right, she's counting on Shelly to get her own customers for her bonus. You want to knock two birds with one stone. So then you're moving Shelly underneath Jacqueline, and Teresa's mindset is, I'm going to help Shelly get her customers, but I'm going to place customers there because I want to get the bonus. So now Shelly's at 220, Jacqueline at the top here is at 223 already, group volume. Because we have placed her new distributor, Shelly, that we just made up underneath Jacqueline, anything that Shelly does, any customers she signs, any personal orders, if Shelly enrolls a distributor, all of that is contributing to Jacqueline's 400, right? So now let's say Shelly enrolls, we get Shelly her first 4 customers in 30 days. She has 150 BV between those 4 customers. That 150 plus 223 is now bringing Jacqueline, this distributor up here, to 373, right? Is this making sense? Is this showing you guys? So now, using Teresa's chart as an example for Emerald, I want to show you just how quickly this will translate if you're stacking. Okay, so we're gonna go over to Emerald, and this is what it's gonna look like. This is exactly how this is gonna transfer over. Okay, so we're gonna have Jordan here. We're gonna have Renee here. And we're gonna have Jacqueline here. Okay, I already know that Renee is like way boxed for Ruby. So we would put Renee here, but let's just say we didn't know Renee was boxed for Ruby or whatever she's boxed for. Okay, why is this not working? Undo, undo. Okay, so let's pretend that this was Jacqueline just like before, right? And then Renee. Okay, so under Jordan, remember how Jordan, when we pulled her up, she had distributors stacked underneath her. Do you guys remember? When we pulled it up, remember I showed you we had Tammy stacked underneath her. We also had Lewis stacked underneath her. And I can't read my writing, but it was like Nortel or something. Sorry, I can't read my writing. It's bad, I can't read my writing, okay? So as we can see, just from her stacking to help Teresa go Ruby, Jordan is already boxed for Ruby for Teresa to go Emerald. Now Jacqueline, remember we stacked that Shelby person underneath her? Well, now Shelby's right here. She's already filling up one of those boxes, okay? But what happens sometimes, and I don't know, like, I'm just using the situation, so like don't take this offensively if these people are on here. I'm just using this as a generic example. Let's say Renee over here, like I know that Renee has a couple, like she's boxed for over Ruby. She already has a bunch of DTs. All of those people are going to contribute to her 400. But in a situation where, let's say Teresa's going to Emerald, she may look at this person and be like, okay, this person already has those 3 distributors. So we're going to make, you know, we're going to use Renee in this option as the Ruby, right? So now we're going Renee here, and then the 3 people that she has stacked, 1, 2, and 3, they're already on her Ruby chart. And then as we go further into that and go diamond, you guys, it just stays the same. And again, I don't want to overwhelm you with like showing you all this, but it just stays the same. Here we've got, like, you guys, does this make sense? I'm just going to come back into the chat here. Okay. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Good. I'm glad this makes sense. Okay, so now like action steps. What would I be doing if I was brand new? Whatever rank you are right now, okay, if you are a distributor, you can be, I truly believe you can be at least an Emerald by the end of next month. I mean, you can be diamond, but why don't we plan right now to shoot for next month? At the end of next month, you are going to be 2 months, 2 promotions ahead of what you are. So Tawny's on here. Tawny just started. Tawny, you can be an Emerald next month, okay? So what do we do? What's the steps for that? Because we already know, sitting here just saying, I'm gonna go Emerald, it doesn't, that doesn't work. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you can have all the good vibes and like think about it all you want, but at the end of the day, the only thing that's gonna get you action or results is action, okay? So I want you guys, this is what the homework is, okay? You're gonna print off your chart, your next 2 charts. So let's use Tawny for an example. Tawny just started. She just started a couple days ago. She got her 5 customers, 4 customers right out the gate. Like, she's already talking to potential distributors. Like, keep an eye out for her. It's crazy. But you're going to look at your chart, and you're going to pull up your Ruby chart, and you're going to say to yourself, okay, I have no distributors on my team yet, but I know what I need. I need 3 distributors and a bunch of customers. So instead of sitting being like, oh my gosh, I need 3 distributors and a bunch of customers, no, that's what you need. This is what we're going to do to get there. You have to 10x your actions. Whatever amount of work you think it's going to take to sign 3 customers or 3 distributors and then customers, you're going to 10x it. Get a game plan for yourself for next month. You're going to fill out what you need. So Tawny, you're going to look at your Ruby chart and you're going to say, I need 3 distributors. Every single day, you are focusing on the steps that you need to take to get those 3 distributors. And like it may, like I was saying this to Courtney today, you guys. Courtney's another new distributor. She's like this close to Ruby, like so close. She's going to be diamond by the end of summer, 100%. And I said to her, you know, sometimes when you look at your current chart, you look at your current chart right now, you do not see how it is possible to be diamond in 2 months. It doesn't make sense to you, because when you look at your chart, the people that are going to help you make that happen, they aren't there yet. Like they're just physically, like you don't know them yet. Like they haven't been brought into your life yet. And so you need to take the steps. Like I'm just going to, like I'm getting up one foot in front of the other every single day, and I'm doing the things that will bring these people to my business. And then those people come. I've told this story with Caitlin many a times. Like after all that, my leg fell apart, and I took the mindset on, like, listen, I'm going to be a rock star, whether or not anybody on my team is a rock star, whether or not anybody's running with me. I was showing up to Zooms where nobody would come. Like I didn't care. I wasn't waiting for my goals for somebody else to figure out theirs. I started putting a different energy into my business. I was just different. And I started to attract different people. And then Caitlin came into my business. You know what I mean? And that was like really one of the first people that I was like, this is fun. Like she gets it. And there are people out there like Caitlin, like you, like me, that just get it. They don't need convincing. They don't need someone sending them a video every day. Like they're just hungry and driven for it. But like attracts like, and you will never find those people if you are not those people, right? So know that you're a rock star. Put that out there. You're going to attract the right people. So if I was new coming into this, this is what I would be doing every single day. If you were wanting to go diamond or ruby or emerald next month, this would be my game plan. I would write out a daily list for myself. I would not let myself stray from that list any day. Like I have my daily list. I can share mine with you if you want. You guys already know what I have. Pretty much the same stuff every day, tweaking a little bit. I would be posting a ton of lifestyle posts. By a ton, I mean like 2 a day. Okay. Put it in your story. Like lifestyle quality posts. Now in our team page, we have a list of a ton of examples. If you just go into units, there's actually a unit called posts to attract distributors. Just use one of those examples as an outline if you want, until you get the hang of like writing your own. What this is going to do is start attracting people to your business. Now you want to sign all the distributors in 10 days or 5 days. That's not realistic. You have to understand that the timing is going to be on their part, not yours. You have to do your due diligence to show people that you bring value by consistently showing them that this business is there for you. And it may not, they may not see you post once and, you know, like join you. They need to watch and see that you're serious. That may take a month or 2. In 2 months, are you going to want to be diamond? Yes. You know what I mean? Like that's the mindset you have to have. So lifestyle posts, attracting people to your business. You guys can use any of my posts, okay? So like you don't have to ask me, just like if you're going to use a post that you see, just change it a little bit so the algorithm doesn't catch it. But you guys, like if somebody's having success, like copy them. Like that's like how I went diamond. I was like, I don't know what this chick is doing, but if whatever she's doing is working, I'm going to do the same thing. Do the same thing. Copy the people that are having success. Grow your network. You want to be fishing in a pond with 5,000 fish, not 200. Okay? You're going to catch more fish than 5,000. So grow your network. And then I would just do host to post. Like I would, if it was me right now, I'd be printing off my friends list. I'd be going through every single person to host post next month. If you have no more people, I'd be growing your network like crazy. Find out exactly what you need. Find out who your runners are. And then if there's none of them, it's all on you and you're going to do it and you can do it. And I promise you, when you start doing that, like you will attract the right people, and the people that are going to bring you ruby probably won't be the people that bring you diamond, probably won't be the people that bring you double. It's just like a business. People come, people go. You just can't focus on the people that go. You just have to stay focused on you and your goals and being so laser focused that nothing gets in your way. Okay. The days are long. The months are short. I promise you in 3 to 4 months, if you really just give this your all and stay consistent every day, you will look back and be thankful that you did this, because the paycheck, I'm telling you, is so, so worth it. Okay. So yeah, let's pull up, Amanda, let's pull up just one more chart here. and we're gonna go over it. After that, after this, we'll wrap it up. We're an hour and a half in. Sorry guys that this took so long. But if you guys want to hop off, you can. And I'm quickly just going to do one more chart before I run up for dinner. So again, what I'm doing, I don't know if you guys can see. I don't think you can. So I'm going into I'm going into organization viewer, and I'm searching Amanda. Okay. Amanda Boyer. All right, so as we pull this down, okay, so across Amanda's top line, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people. So I would be going through Amanda, out of these 5 people, which 3 are working and have volume. So how you're gonna do that is you're gonna search Amanda Roybal in, like, you know, see, like, I think you can even do it from here actually. I think you can just click it and then scroll up, see where it says Amanda, and click volume. Okay, so she has 0 volume. And then I would go over and I would do the same for all of these distributors, okay? Why can't I hate that I can't do this. There we go. Haley. Sorry, so see, by me just clicking names, okay, I see Haley has a distributor, right? I see that, let's see here. Okay, so I see Haley has a distributor. So, I mean, chances are that's probably one leg to go with, because now you have 2 people contributing to volume. But I'd be finding out who's working in there. And then, like, if none of them have distributors underneath them, again, you're just going to them and you're breaking down exactly what I showed you. How to sign customers, how to sign distributors, and you want to help these people get their own, go Ruby. And again, that's going to help you in turn go Emerald and help them go Ruby, and it just continues to trickle that way. And if none of them are working and they're all just kind of flaky, I would just choose 3 and focus on new people, new blood, new people to be bringing in. And let's say you enroll 50 BV and you put it under Denise. I don't know who Denise is, so if you're on here, like, I'm literally just reading names. I don't even see the last names. I'm just reading names. So let's say Denise isn't working. Okay, she has 50 BV. You enroll a distributor. Don't waste that 50 BV. Stack it under Denise. Let's say they're all at 0. Stack it under Denise. And then now that's where your focus is. You're placing for that distributor because you're working with her to help get her started. Plus you're going after your bonus. Plus all of that is going up to Denise's volume. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I just need to stack 3 or pick 3 basically. Sorry, I unmuted myself.
That's okay.
Pick 3, like none of them are working. So I just have been like, Tanya is almost, she's like 300. So I just need to pick 3 and build under them. Stack, put volume.
Yeah. And like, I would go to them again. Like, if they're not working, I would just, like, I would be straight up. Like, I've had these conversations before. Like, listen, I just got off a call. And I just, like, I'd be like, I'm promoting. So I'm looking for people to run with. If you don't want this, that's okay. But would an extra, you know, a couple $100 a month benefit you? And like, do you want help getting there? And they may say no. They may say yes and then never do anything. Or they may be like, yeah, you know what? I actually do really need this. I've just been scared. And then that's where, as a leader, like, again, you might be sitting there scared too. Like, you might be like, yeah, dude, me too. But that's where, as a leader, that you come in and you're like, yeah, I understand. Now let me help you walk through these things. And then for me, at the beginning, like, I didn't know how to walk people through. So like, that's where, like, for me, you guys, I just went Jade Hooper leadership. That's where I learned a lot of just my basic leadership stuff. I just listened to conversations that she's had and mimicked them. And then, you know, you may have these people just be like, no, we're not interested. Well, now you know your next, like, where my focus would go then if I was you. Okay, I need new distributors. So my posts are now very targeted toward distributors. Be intentional with what you're learning. While you're still going to get volume, focus on signing distributors, because then you're just going to stack. And then it's like fresh people, right? You're working with fresh, new excitement. And if that distributor doesn't work, I'm just going to keep stacking, because what I heard, somebody told me, I forget the numbers, but it was like out of 20 distributors, 4 or 5 of them are going to keep going. Like the rest of them are going to quit. Like 15 or 16 of them are just going to quit. They're going to show up for a month. They're just going to quit. Like 4 to 5 people out of 20 is kind of the average. And that's not like this company. That's like network marketing in general. 4 to 5 people out of 20 people that buy a gym membership are going to be going to the gym in March. You know what I mean? Whereas everybody bought it in January. That's just people. So I think the faster you can understand that, realize people are going to come and go, not get like upset about it, but just look at it like I'm looking for the 4 to 5. I'm looking for the 4 to 5 people that want this. That's where everything will just continue to go. And when you teach your people to go find that 4 to 5, like that's why signing distributors is that. When I started, I was like, I'm just going to get really good at enrolling distributors because I'm going to lock arms with those that do, but I'm ready to go through the 15 people. And if people want to give me 20%, I'll match them the 20%. Absolutely. Like, I'm not saying that everybody that comes in needs to be 100 all in or else you're not going to help them. But all I'm saying is 4 to 5 people will get it and run with you. You know, so the ones that are giving you 30%, throw a distributor underneath them. Sometimes people just need a little bit of encouragement and like someone saying, I believe in you, for them to believe in themselves, you know? But remembering too, like, even if they're not going to, like, if your team if they're not receptive, they're watching you. Like, all of these people joined with you for a reason, not because they're bored. They're joined with you because they want to make money. And so what happens more often than not is if you sit there and be consistent in what you're doing and you continue to progress regardless of what they're doing or the lack of what they're doing, these people will come back to you and be like, okay, you know what? It's been 6 months and my life hasn't changed. You know, you're obviously progressing in yours. Like, maybe I should be giving this a try. And then the consistency and the motivation, or not motivation, the momentum that you're having in your business affects the people that you already have, let alone the new people you'll be bringing in.
Cool. Thank you.
You're welcome. Let me know if there's anything else on there, but now that I know your chart, you can message me and if there's a question that you have. Okay. I am glad that this helped. Okay, guys, so I'll put this on YouTube. And then, yeah, just don't be scared to reach out. If you have like just a specific question, don't do the like whole, like, I'm going to enroll this person, because then so much can change. Message me when you've enrolled the person and then I'll show you where I would place them. Okay. Let me just see. This is great. Yes, I'm so happy. Okay, and side note, by the way, I just want to share this story because it just goes to show like how this business works. I was talking about Tawny. Tawny and I met because I messaged her sister on Instagram and she bought a cleanse for me and then referred Tawny as a distributor who is now killing it. So I just want you guys to think about that. Like, and I was saying that to her sister. I'm like, how crazy is it? Like, that's the power of this business. Like, her sister saw me be consistent and was like, hey, there's this person like that. You just never know who's watching you. You never know who's coming into your network. And the second that you take a day off is the second that you miss those opportunities. So just keep that in mind as you grow your network. Okay, I'll put this up. Thanks, guys, for hopping on, and message me with any questions. All right, see you guys.